Am I wrong for moving out of dad's house for good because he wanted me to lie to my stepmom to help her through a mental health crisis? I, 19F, was back with my dad and stepmom for only a week when shit hit the fan. My stepmom's had a bad 2 years. Longer really. She couldn't get pregnant. They tried to use a surrogate several years ago but that fell through at the last minute. Surrogate changed her mind, and then they decided to give up on having kids. Then almost 2 years ago had a positive pregnancy test but it turned out to be an ectopic pregnancy. Then a few months ago she found out she was pregnant again but she miscarried at 10 weeks and she ended up really sick. When she had the miscarriage she was 43 and it kick-started some bad health issues and this led to her becoming increasingly depressed. I've been away since last August and wasn't here when she miscarried but I could tell something was different. Dad mentioned it whenever we talked and he said she was taking everything badly. He never told me it had gotten worse and she was falling apart when I came home at the end of May. By the third day it was so clear my stepmom was a risk to herself and I told my dad he needed to intervene and convince her to get help. She was talking about how her life was worthless and she never got to be a real mom and stuff of that nature and how she should go be with her baby. The last part is when dad got his ass into gear and got her to a hospital and she started treatment. When he got home he told me we needed to talk and I thought he meant talk about my stepmom's condition overall but no. He said it was time for me to do what I never wanted to do and call her mom. He said he wanted me to go to her when she was allowed to have visitors and make sure she knows she is a mom and I'm her daughter and that I love her and she is needed by me, the most important woman in my life, and that I'm her little girl and I need her. He said I need to call her mom as many times as it takes to get her through this. He said it always killed her that she was always Rosa to me and never mom or mama, and in the 13 years she's been a part of my life she has let it go and tried to focus on having a baby of her own. He told me it won't happen and her dream was always to be a mom and she can't keep competing with a ghost aka my mom who died when I was 5. I asked Dad how lying would help because I won't call her mom for the rest of her life and once I stop she's going to have relied on lies to get her through. He told me if I had any decency I'd do it for as long as it takes and then he asked me how I could like her and spend time with her and not want to do whatever it takes to save her and get her healthy. He said I'm essential to this because I'm the only goddamn kid they had and all of this has disqualified them from adopting or fostering so I need to do my part in making sure she comes home. My dad brought it up constantly for the next 4 days until I realized there was no way to resolve this and I left. Anytime I tried to explain why I wouldn't he pushed me to forget my feelings and to focus only on hers and he told me if she died because of this he'd blame me. So I left and I took all my stuff. I moved out for good. No more coming home for the holidays or anything. My dad was angry with my decision but he said it was better than taunting my stepmom with my refusal to do this for her. But then she came home last week and it pissed my dad off that I wouldn't move back in and get with the picture. He told me she's still struggling and not out of the woods and I'm being cruel and making her look awful because I'd rather leave than do a kindness for her. I told him the lie would be a short-term fix that could cause way more problems when it came to light which only pissed him off more. AITA?